How's it going? Welcome to the
All
Everyone
right,
Show
thanks.
podcast. Sorry, this is to address the one listener that's just about to turn off. Don't touch the button. Welcome to the Everyone Show podcast. I'm the host of the most Wayne, and this is the man in the pits with the tits, Brendan.
Hello.
And that's a very old photo of Yabby Dabby, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Looks like it's very pixelated. It looks like it's from the 70s, even though the circuit didn't exist then.
I was in a rush. Do you know what I
You're
mean?
in a
I
rush.
can find a better
You've only
one,
just
yeah.
got up there, and yeah. You've only just got up to where the camera is above the pits. Yeah,
That's exactly the yes. That's it. Yeah.
that's exactly the illusion we are promoting here. That you are
Yes.
every single race, obviously, slightly elevated, and the world that you see is pixelated. There you go. So how have you been, mate? Did you enjoy the race in Las Vegas? Did you know? Go on.
What?
Did you know it was Las Vegas?
I don't know. I had a sneaking suspicion.
I don't know. I just don't. Was it really Las Vegas? I mean, they didn't go on about it so
No, they
much.
didn't
And how many
mention
more?
it
Again with deliveries. I get it. You're in Vegas. Oh look. Oh whoa. That was quick. Oh, that's a bit.
Right. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Again with deliveries. Why? I
I
know.
like deliveries. I like that.
I don't.
The Ferrari one was a bit weird, but
We
otherwise
know
the
you're in
other
Las
ones-
Vegas. You don't have to put pictures of dice on your helmet or on. Oh, look, there's a roulette wheel on the tire. No, we get it. All right, you've rammed it down our throats for the 12 months now that you're coming to Las Vegas. We're not dummies. We know you're in Las Vegas. We can see. Anyway,
This
should we
is
go
another one of
straight
your
away?
things got under your skin, hasn't it?
It's got under my skin. Should we go straight
Did you
away?
enjoy it overall?
Well, I'll tell you, a good race, bad race.
No, but overall, as a
I'm good, that
whole,
was-
cool.
Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.
That was the lead. Oh, you're rubbish at this. It's a good job we dealt with. Yeah. Let's. Have you got the race results up there, sir?
I can get them. Yeah, give me a couple of minutes.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Last two.
Hey,
I'm excited
People
about the
listen
point.
to-
I've
they
not
can
looked
listen
up.
to Sky's podcast, right? You know, if they want to listen to good stuff.
Yes. So, yeah. We didn't say it would be anything but okay.
Never promised a rose.
Who was
garden.
last? Was it?
Still
Who was
waiting.
last?
All right.
Take your time. It's
Have you
not like
watched
we're- Go on.
the Brawn show? Have you watched any of that?
We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right. Okay.
Have you watched that?
Well, apparently we're talking about it in a minute.
I know that. Oh my god! Right, here we
So
go.
last was our friend Lando. Last place Lando.
No, last place Lando. No Logan.
Well, no, he did pretty well.
He did get a cracking old qualifying. Something to do with how they work their tyres, isn't it? Or is it the downforce of the tyres? I don't know. I mean about that Williams on certain high downforce tracks.
Conditions, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was also helped by the fact that the McLarens didn't put new tires on for the second lap in quali, which everybody else did. So that's why their times were a lot faster, and the McLaren's times were crap.
Yeah.
You
They,
want to coin a phrase.
Yeah, to coin a phrase.
It was crap.
Crap. Well, we'll just say crap then. I won't swear. Not this early on in the podcast. We don't want to lose the one listener who's okay. So Lando Norris, yeah, last.
He started 15th. Piastri started 18th. And Lando hit a bump in the road and spun out. That's a bit chaotic for a big team like that, I would think.
Yeah, a little bit amateurish, but you could see the bump. I watched it on the Tinterweb. You aware with this?
All right, I'll never catch on. Yeah, I
I never understood it myself. I don't know what this is, but And yeah, you could see where who was up at front. I don't know. I can't remember now. Went over it, and then he went over it, and yeah, and then it didn't work out well for him, did it?
No, 150 mile an hour macaroni into the wall, eh?
And did he spend the night in hospital?
Yeah. And apparently, McLaren's budget cap has now been reached thanks to the American healthcare system. Lots of jokes about that on the internet.
Oh, those people.
Yeah, they're not developed. They can't afford to develop the car anymore because he got emergency treatment.
Well, it's an interesting question, the budget cap, isn't it? Because that manhole cover wrecked Carlos Sainz's car. Was it Sainz's?
Yeah.
And that gave them a penalty for a new part, which it wasn't their fault.
But was the engine of an age that it was likely to be reaching the end of its life? You know, playing devil's advocate. Genuinely, I think that they should have given him that engine and not lost any places. And thank you very much. Have a pass. But the way they've looked at it is, you need a new engine. Doesn't matter on the rules. Apparently, there was precedent for that. It's happened to other people, but that's quite obviously not the team's fault. There was nothing the teams could have done there. There's no performance they could have dialed back to make it last longer, anything like that. So it was entirely, the failure was entirely due that the failure at that time was due to that manhole cover. So they should have got it. Shouldn't have been penalised, I don't think.
No, there's a few rules like that that happen, and they don't seem to be. They don't act in the spirit of the rules. They almost like, this is what the rule book says. It's like, but the spirit of the rules is, that's obviously a rule that's been made to stop people. Go on.
And I know you're going to talk about the Brawn show in a minute, but the spirit of the rules is how Brawn got their car to where it was. You know, it was a loophole in the rules.
Yeah.
So, you know, if the teams are known for finding loopholes in the rules, and the FIA is known for enforcing the rules, then surely the FIA have to enforce the rules at all time, as per the letter. Do you know what I mean? That's their job in this place, and the team's job is to find the loopholes.
Yeah. I think rules and regulations are slightly different to rules, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, regulations can be interpreted.
I almost sounded like I knew what I was going to say after that, but but I didn't. I kind of spotted the regulations is what you can't do and must do. Rules are this will happen. I don't know. It must be.
Google the difference.
We could Google the difference. Why not? We've got an hour to kill of our lives. I don't know who else is listening. So we've only done Norris at the moment. Let me get the doobies up.
Rules can be specific to a particular group, organization, or context.
Okay.
They may not have a universal applicability. Regulations often have a broader application, covering a larger geographic area or whole industry. They aim to establish standards that apply more universally.
Oh, I see. It's like the difference between induction and deduction. I always get those two confused. One's from the universal to the particular, and one's the particular to the universal, even though I don't even, not really sure why. But anyway, because that's why when Holmes says it's deduction and then induction, and blah, blah, blah. Right. So we've done Lando Norris.
We're back onto that then.
Well,
yeah,
I think
he was DNF.
He did not finish. But he started the race. He definitely started. He's not a DNS.
He clocked 2 laps.
Clocked 2 laps. Yuki, poor old Yuki.
Nico was the other DNF on 45 laps. And
what did happen to him?
What, Nico Hulkenberg?
Yeah.
Just don't know.
Pulled off. He probably just realised that no one was actually watching him at all.
Or talking about him.
And no one's watching me or talking about me. They're actively turning the cameras away as I drive past. I'll just pull over.
Let's see if anyone notices this.
Yeah. Not like that marathon runner this week. Was it this week? Marathon runner who got a taxi.
That's a bit cheeky.
She broke the world record or something by half an hour, and then she went, "Well, I better own up. I got a taxi halfway." Anyway, Valtteri Bottas.
It was a power unit issue for Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg retired with a
engine problem. Yeah,
engine issue.
Yeah, we're calling
Yuki Tsunoda had a gearbox problem.
Yeah. How was he doing anyway?
What?
How was he doing in the race anyway? I don't remember seeing a lot of him.
No, it was 46 laps in, so he made it quite a way, 50 laps, so he was nearly there.
Yeah.
Let me see what position he was.
Okay, people, while we hear this silence of a man searching the interweb, he's going to ask Jeeves, and he's going to find out.
Yeah, it was gearbox issues.
The wait, it was almost worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hang on.
Right. Is a gearbox? Oh, I'm going to ask a stupid question.
Go on.
Is it part of an engine?
No.
Okay. Is it mechanical?
It is, yes.
Well, you try tell that to the mechanical blooming.
Tsunoda was 19th when he retired.
I love that. He just literally just walked. Mechanical cover I had for a car once, and they claimed that the gearbox wasn't mechanical, and part. They only meant, we meant part of the engine. Yeah, but it's still mechanical. It's mechanical cover. There are things.
The gearbox cover isn't mechanical. I think mechanical implies that it moves in some way, whereas a cover doesn't.
No, I meant an insurance on my gearbox. Right, okay. Well, I had mechanical cover for the car, and then it was the gearbox that broke.
Yeah, I would call horse shit on that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I couldn't do that at the time. I was in the fast lane of the M25. It wasn't fun.
No,
it was not.
But
fun.
they didn't cover it.
Well, I tried to. I got towed away and everything, but I was on the. I didn't phone them straight away. I was right in the middle of the 25, and they didn't know. Of course, they didn't cover it. Arseholes. So I decided to stop paying for the car. Anyway, what are we doing now?
Tsunoda was 18th. Yeah, so he was. I think he retired from 18th position, because he did one lap more than Nico Hulkenberg, and then retired. So he retired in 18th, and then Valtteri Bottas was 17th.
Yeah, ahead of
Logan Sargent.
Oh, poor old Logan. He must have been pretty thrilled to be right up there at 1.4.
He did all right in the qualifying. He was he qualified 6th. He was 6th on the grid.
But when he crossed the line, he was 4th, and then a few other cars crossed the line and suddenly realised. But yeah,
so
he did all right. Had a good way for a weekend for him. He had a good weekend.
Yeah,
he wasn't last.
4 places behind his teammate.
Wasn't last. That's all he's got to take away. He wasn't last, and he got a good qualifying result.
Again, though, Zhou and Bottas, they're placed behind each other. They're 30 seconds in between them. Sargent was 7 seconds.
Away?
7 seconds after, from 7 seconds to live, 7 seconds behind Albon. So there's quite a chunk of time between them.
I'm trying to be positive about this man, but there's not. So 7 seconds over the course of a race when you, all right, Logan. I was trying to be positive, but now we can go straight back onto dunking on Logan Sargent.
Then Zhou Guanyu was 15th.
And then
our friend Danny Rick.
Still not. That's not good. Well, how did he cause controversy?
It was comments about him made by Danica Patrick.
Go
saying
on.
that his on Sky, saying that his career was at an end, and she didn't understand why he was being linked to Red Bull.
Wow. And he bit back, did he?
But he didn't. You know, the internet kind of defended him and slagged her off and called for her head to be on a plate.
Yeah, good old internet. Always the home of kind of sensible, rational debate.
Balanced discussion.
Balanced, in no way blinkered debate on the internet. K-Mag, 13th. Yeah, I mean, it's the Haas. He might as well, he could have stopped.
He was
pulled
13th,
over.
you know.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's still. Albon, not a good result for Albon, really, considering where he started, but
No.
it was positive for
you
the
know,
team.
Yes, it is. And when you look at who's in front of him, it's kind of where you would expect him to be.
Yeah.
At the top of the rest. You know, you've got the Alpines in front of him, one McLaren, the Astons, the Mercedes, Ferraris, Red Bull. All, you know, the big hitters are in front of him.
Yeah.
You know.
So they've made a little bit of a step forward. And then we've got Gasly. Wasn't
Yeah,
there a
he
little
was-
overtake? An overtake between him and Ocon? Miscommunication? Apparently the radio had said hold position. And Ocon had said, oh, all I heard was the word position. And you called
That's
me one.
going to come to a head, I think.
What, that's really?
Yeah. That's been building. There's rivalry. There's team orders coming out. There's crap. I've just remembered. I forgot to put my son's dinner in the oven.
I'm sure he'll survive. I'm sure.
He will. I just need to let them know. Hang on a minute.
Well, while Brendan sorts
I
out
forgot to put your dinner in the oven.
very loudly.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's in
Done
trouble
now.
now.
Sorry, yeah. I'm
There
in
you
trouble.
go. You've apologised. You've done your
Yeah.
job. You've done
Yeah.
your job like a
Everything's
real
fine.
man. You've done your job like a
Yeah.
real man.
Aye,
Or,
let's not be
actually, a
like
real man wouldn't apologise. He'd say, the dinner's not in the oven. And that would be
that.
it.
No, a real man would take ownership of your. A chauvinistic, old-fashioned man would behave like you are suggesting right now.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Everyone Show podcast where we destroy each other. I was only toying around when I said you didn't have to
I know.
apologise. And I'm sure I'm not suggesting you should have just said do it, just shout down and says, why don't you do it? You know?
I've been watching some historic television from 1995.
Wow. What a year that was. Oasis burst on the scene.
Yeah.
I dabbled with soft drugs.
I
But that was it.
I was in the Adriatic in the Navy, and that's
Oh,
the
shut
television
up.
that I was
Don't
watching.
tell me how much time I wasted in my youth while you were.
I was watching the TV show that was showing the boat, the ship that we took over from, and it brings back a lot of memories. And it's got a lot. There's people in the mess deck, in the space in our
Just
living quarters, smoking tabs, right in this little. It's horrible, weird, a lot of weird things, chauvinism, a lot of it. Strange to look back
Guys
at.
together are chauvinistic.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Each
all
went
right.
through
As long as no
some
one's being
people.
hurt, it's all right. You know, it's just talk.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
Well, I don't know, but
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends how far you're going with it. You can have a joke, but
yeah, that's.
now I want to see this documentary. What documentary is this?
It's called HMS Brilliant. It's on BBC iPlayer.
I'm really intrigued to see what you class as show. I'm going to watch it now,
Yep.
but that's not Formula 1 related. Let's get back to the race.
No.
Where did we get to? Then
We got to Oscar Piastri.
Tell
in
me, sorry,
10th.
tell me, you think that's going to come to a head with Gasly and Ocon?
Yeah. I think it will. And
we
next
talk-
season probably. Well, it depends how they, if they become more competitive. At the moment, they're kind of just trying to sort the car out.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? You're best buddies until you start winning. One of you starts winning
Yep.
in the same car.
Yeah.
Piastri
And-
didn't have a great time, did he? Oh, I literally just changed subjects there as well. Sorry.
Yeah, you did right in the middle of it. After telling me not to do that.
Chauvinist.
I think Dick is more applicable, but
Yeah. Oh.
where's those sound
Oh.
effects?
Correct.
Yeah.
But no.
Piastri, he had he got the fastest lap. So there was speed in the car. He just didn't have a great start, didn't have a great quality. They made mistakes in quality.
The car's just not good on that track.
Was it though?
Yeah, they've talked about it. It's something to do with high-speed tracks and low downforce tracks. They're not that good.
Right.
But there's only a few of them in the season, so that's why it's not terminal for the.
It's not like a Mercedes, for example.
It's not like a tanker. Well, Mercedes, I don't think it's terminal. They're talking about Mercedes like it's over for them, like forever. I don't think so.
No.
I tell you what, it should be though. Well, we're going to Alonso. He had a little spin at the start, didn't he? For an uncharacteristic little zero grip
he was
moment.
pushing it though, and you could see it
Yeah.
was like Bambi on ice. Everybody was very tentative on those first couple of laps.
Pushing it. If it was a rookie, you'd be going, "Oh, it's a rookie mistake." But because he's seen it, he's pushing the limit.
Yeah, but did you watch how he went past about 8 people and then spun round?
Yeah, it was almost like, "Oh, I meant to brake here."
Yeah. Woo!
Whee! George Russell, lots of talk on the Tinterweb, that thing that will never take off.
Yeah.
Of him making he makes a lot of mistakes. Just
He's
saying.
not the golden boy he's been made out to be, I don't think.
No, mistake this time with Verstappen, hitting Verstappen when for once it wasn't Verstappen forcing someone off a road.
No.
We talk about that in a minute. But Russell's making a few mistakes, and I don't know whether there might at the end of this season a little bit of an evaluation of that. Outperformed by his teammate. Little evaluation.
What's this, the second season?
Yeah.
That's one season each.
Yeah. Sorry. So, and Hamilton just ahead of him. There. What?
2 seconds up the road.
Kind of a nothing race for them two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They had no chance of breaking the top 6 or 5 or whatever.
It was a good race for Carlos Sainz. He made up 6 places. That was pretty good going.
Yeah. Oh, Stroll though. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
What a start.
Still a good race. What happened with him?
He passed loads of people. He passed lots of people on the opening lap. He really was just crushing it. The boy's got his mojo back. It's something to do with that goatee beard he's sporting.
Yeah, the Tony Stark look like.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's got his mojo back, and it's good to see.
Iron Man 2 sort of mojo.
Yep. Esteban Ocon, great race after passing his teammate without permission.
Yeah. But obviously, he showed that he should have been in front.
Yeah, but team orders, isn't it? Team orders.
Yeah, but if you're going faster, then
Screw the team.
Everybody
behind their teammate always says, "I'm going faster than him." Everybody says that.
Yeah, but yeah.
They want that. It's almost for the radio for anything, Okay, so Ocon Perez. What happened there?
Second race in a row where he's been pipped to the post.
Mugged right at the last moment.
Mugged for it.
That's what he did. Yeah. Leclerc came from very far behind, says the actress to the. Anyway, but Leclerc did.
What with the overtake or?
Yeah. You watched the overtake. But if you watch Leclerc on his brakes all through the race, he could outbrake anyone. He was just so late on his brakes on everything. But he did mug on Perez. Must have been like, what the again?
Yeah.
And the thing is, this guy was winning the race. What happened?
Leclerc. It's Max again. Do you think Max and Checo have the same car?
No.
Max Verstappen won that race with a damaged front end plate.
I mean, what's going on? And took a 5-second grid penalty.
And a 5-second grid penalty. And he won the race by 2 seconds.
Not a grid penalty, pit penalty, yeah.
Pit penalty, yeah.
And still run the race by 2 seconds. It didn't go off down the road. Made it a bit more of a tighter race.
Yeah.
But What do you think of that opening lap from Verstappen?
With regards to what? The penalty?
Just his overtaking style. He should have handed it back, shouldn't he?
He should have handed the
He
position
passed him
back.
off track. Passed him off track.
Yeah.
And
And he forced him off track. He wasn't turning in. He didn't turn into the corner. He didn't brake and then
he was
force
side
him
by
off.
side. It was
Yeah.
legit, yeah. But
he
ran
didn't
him
give
wide,
a
just
race.
ran him
He didn't
wide,
give
and
him
ran
a
himself
card.
wide
Yeah.
as well. And it took
He
him
should have
like,
given it back.
how long did it take him to decide on that? 15 laps to decide on the
Yeah.
penalty? It's ridiculous. You can't do that quicker. You can't sit there and watch a videotape.
If that's your only job, right,
Yeah.
you take this one. I'll keep an eye on. Keep watching.
It's like a
this one.
security guard sat there, and then sort of, so 15 laps, what? That'll be 20 minutes. 20 minutes later going, oh, someone's broken in there.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Are they still harping on about that? Maybe we should have a look.
Watching it and go, let me think about that. Is that someone being mugged? Oh, yeah, it is. It's Charles Leclerc. Anyway, so that's good race, bad race. I think we've gone through them all, haven't we?
Yep.
Done that. Job done. Anybody think this was a job? Which we're not going to. Job done. Now, let's move on to what you've all been waiting for. Pit talk. Pit talk. Hey, I just caught a little glimpse of Brendan's face. He's got nothing to talk about in pit talk.
A few things.
Go on, let's have it. I can
Obviously, the press are all like, "Oh, Hamilton replaced for Abu Dhabi." And
is it one of the
so-
practice sessions?
Yeah, it's the last. Obviously, it's the last Grand Prix of the season. There's a load of reserve drivers that haven't had a run out, so they're all getting the run outs this weekend. So you'll expect a lot of new names, maybe familiar if you watch Formula 2, sort of names coming out. But that'll be interesting.
No one from the W series popping in.
The W series that hasn't run this year for a year.
I don't know.
The academy,
I'm just.
academy.
That's why maybe they're itching to race.
They raced
I was-
in the academy.
Yeah,
But,
no,
yeah.
none of the ladies get. What I'm saying is, any of the ladies getting in the cars.
There's interesting rumours. So you remember we spoke about the Aston Martin, Jessica Hawkins, who the Aston Martin, she's a driver ambassador, and she took a run in last year or the year before's Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And they filmed it and they made a big brouhaha about it, but the lap times have been obvious by their absence. And there's a little bit of chitter chatter that her lap times may have been better than Felipe Drugovich, who is her direct male counterpart in the same car at the same track on the same weekend.
Then why would they hide
Which-
that? Why would they hide that?
Why would they hide it? Because it proves that she can step straight into that car and outrace another reserve driver.
Well, the thing is, it's a double-edged thing, isn't it? It's like now that makes them look like bad.
Well, they're not saying anything, are they? So they can't. We're not saying anything. You know. You
Yeah,
can't
we're not
say
refuting it.
anything
Are they
about that,
denying it or what?
yeah. No, there's not been an official response, but it kind of does go and say, well, why doesn't everybody have it? Why isn't there female representation at all these levels if she's capable of that? She's not had a particularly different journey to that point that other female drivers have had.
Yeah.
You know, she's not had the exposure that Jamie Chadwick's had. So why all of a sudden can she get into that car and beat Felipe Drugovich, allegedly? It kind of makes a mockery of separating them. And I think it could be that the political ramifications of that are too difficult to deal with. We've got a method of dealing with it. Let's
our
keep
way
it for
of
5
keeping.
years.
It's almost like let's keep them in their lane. This is our way of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Almost virtue signaling the promotion of it.
It's our ball. We're telling you how to play the game. You know, it might not be Aston Martin that are holding the information back. It might be the FIA are saying, listen, you got to keep that under wraps. You don't know. We know from watching the Brawn TV show and from just being involved in, watching F1 over the years, that there are underhand things that happen. So it's not out of the realms of possibility.
Yes. It's a corrupt sport. And no matter how many times they put on their rainbow helmets and put on the smiley faces and do the virtue signally thing, real life is not... real life is different, isn't it? All the performative stuff, and what will happen is that will harm, and what happens is it harms them because the truth always out, especially nowadays with the Tinterweb, that thing that we talk about. It's it comes out. It's not like they could do what they liked 20 years ago. There was 4 channels on the bloody telly. Well, 20 years ago there was. You know what I mean? There was no internet, so to speak, of. They could do what they like. They had control of the narrative. They haven't got these old people haven't got the control. You might as well just go, blimey, she was faster. Brilliant, stick her in a car. Instead of this kind of it really boils my
So something else in the news. Quite big, or it's in all the mainstream press that Hamilton has had discussions with Red Bull. Both parties are saying that it happened, but they're both saying that the other person started it.
Christ! More grown-up talk from the F1 world.
Definitely a case of look at this hand here while this hand here is doing nothing else,
Yeah. He started it. He started it. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you were talking about it. It doesn't matter who started it. You were still doing it.
Just get a grip.
So it was about Hamilton possibly joining Red Bull in 24.
He wants that. He wants that title, doesn't he? He wants that title.
Yeah.
He wants to be the GOAT. I still think he's the GOAT. There's a couple of titles he should have had across the years. First season.
There's a couple of titles he maybe shouldn't have had as well, if we're going to look at it like that. Speaking about controversy within Formula One, ask Felipe Massa.
That's nothing to do. That's nothing to do with his racing. Though we've discussed this.
It doesn't matter. It's still a title he should have.
Oh wow. Anyway, so I think he should. We all know what season he really definitely I think should have had, but yeah.
So there's something else this weekend. Something that's been quite front and center this season has been track limits. And the FIA are going to be trialing technology, which
VAR.
AI. Yep, they're going to use.
Well, it's going to be like robots will be deciding who wins races now. I don't know if I know.
Computer vision. That's what they've called it, rather than
Wow, that sounds ridiculously 70s, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let me just look it up on CFAX.
Al, can you turn on the computer?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. Yeah, and there'll be lasers, right? They'll get lasers and they can shoot drivers who go over track limits.
And then they'll blind them.
Hey, get me on those board meetings. Blind them. Temporarily blind them with those little lasers.
Yeah.
They barely can see with the halo and anything else like that. But now we'll temporarily blind them as they go around court. Makes it more exciting. No?
Wow. Yeah.
What are you looking for more news now? Hot.
I was looking at more detail in that one topic. Apparently they're using computer scanning. They're using cancer scanning software and hardware to do a similar job. because it's all the data points in a very short time.
Well, I would propose taking all that technology and just using it for detecting cancer.
Yeah.
Well, let's just do that instead.
It's only 80% accurate, apparently. Logan Sargent still doesn't have a decision on his seat for next year yet.
I can tell you what that's going to be.
Yeah. Toto Wolff and Fred Vasseur are off to see they went to see the stewards today about bad language they used at the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Who? They did? They're getting told off for their bad language?
During the press conference.
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, for fuck's sake.
This situation will cost us a fortune. We fucked up the session for Carlos, is what Vasseur said. Wolf said, you're speaking about a fucking drain cover that's been undone. That has happened before. That's nothing in FP1. So those two comments, dropping F-bombs live in the press conference, apparently is not the right way to behave. So they've had their list slapped.
Their wrist slapped. Their
wrist slapped.
Yeah.
And there may be some fines going on in there as well. So, yeah.
I don't know.
And then Audi brand will not be new part of Sauber F1 identity from 2024.
Well, having their own.
All right, still going to come in 2026. Okay, so they're still doing the 2 years without any main sponsors for Sauber. So that's going to be interesting.
Is it?
Be interesting to see what they look like next year.
Yeah.
If they'll just have
Sauber
F1.
New liveries every weekend anyway. Different design baseball caps. I'm
will
so
do the
sick.
The Brawn race by race sponsorship package.
Yeah, I love that Brawn car. That Brawn car is one of my favourite looking cars in F1. The fact that it had nothing on it at the start of the season because they just couldn't find anyone to sponsor them, and then Richard Branson just went, "This car's winning. Well, let's get a name on it." You know. I'm going to take it. You enjoyed the Brawn film?
I've not finished it yet. We're on episode 3 or 4 or something like that. I've not had much time to sit and watch it, but we've been watching.
It's weird.
It's good.
Keanu Reeves is a weird kind of interviewer. He goes, "Whoa, dude!" You know, he kept respecting.
You like him?
I've always liked him though. How old is he now?
Him doing this job?
Yeah, he does all right. It's the story. This is people telling their story, isn't it? It tries to be a little bit of a mishmash between a couple of documentaries, what I noticed.
Yeah.
It tries to be a mishmash of Senna, and then there's been what other?
Well, there's two ways really to do documentaries, isn't there? Well, there's several ways to do documentaries. The two popular ones are a voiceover and footage from the time, or an interview, one-on-one interview, and the interview is generally quite clinical and quite remote. Whereas I like the fact that Keanu's getting in there and showing emotion, and he's and there's guys in the background, especially when Bernie was getting interviewed, the proper brains behind the interview were asking Bernie questions from off camera, and they left that in just so it gives it a kind of fly by the seat of your pants kind of Brawn sort of feel to the interview.
Yeah. Should we go to a Murray? We'll continue this chat and then we'll do our predictions.
Oh, yeah. Where's Murray? He's up there.
So easy to get it wrong.
Hey, thank you, Murray. Thank you. He's had a good chat, isn't he? Good chat. So you like the Brawn GP so far, but you haven't got to the end.
Yeah, so far it's good.
It's a bit emotional.
Yeah?
It does, because it's a lot about his dad. His dad was it. All of his races.
Don't spoil it. Yeah, I know his dad was at his races.
Gets a bit emotional at the end. The last episode is the best one, I think, because it's more about Jensen. It's more about Jensen, but yeah.
Right.
But it's good. I do enjoy a good old Formula 1 documentary, and it's done well. Senna's a good one. There's a couple out there on the internet, like you'll see one of James Hunt. There's a good one that the BBC did of James Hunt, Niki Lauda.
Have you heard from our friend James Hunt, the marshal.
No, I'm gonna send him a message. I'll send him a message. Ernie Strong. Ernie
Ernie,
Strong. Hope he's all right.
Was Ernie?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're how far are you into? You've got a couple more episodes to go.
Yeah, we're about. There's 4 episodes, isn't there? Yeah, so we're halfway through.
Yeah. You know what happens at the end, though, don't you? So it's kind
Not
of-
really, no. But it's interesting hearing about how broke they were. You know, the picking up the cable ties and reusing them and stuff like that, and the fact that the steering wheel wasn't waterproof, and it was full of water, and the car wouldn't have driven anyway in that one race that was.
that he got half points or something. It was the last.
Yeah.
Year, it was the last year of the old points system as well. I think you got points for your top 10, but it was 10. Got 10 points for a win, whereas previously it used to be 9 points for a win. It used to be 10 points for a win, then it went down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know. I can't remember.
Right.
It doesn't go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 though. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was the old point system, and before the new point system came in, so to speak.
Always changing it, eh?
Always changing things. It was a great season, and it was good to see Rubino, winning his home Grand Prix, not quite winning the championship, stuff like that. I've always got a lot of respect for Rubens Barrichello. Great driver.
Yeah. Seems like a nice guy.
Really nice guy. Always smiling. Stuck behind Schumacher half the time when he was in Ferrari because he was Schumacher's number 2.
Right.
So he had to move over he had to move over so many times for Schumacher to let him win races. So this was like the first time he was in a championship winning position on his own turf, on his own right,
Yeah.
And
on his own merit.
Yeah. And what wasn't touched upon in that season was the Red Bulls came on really strong near the end. And
They've not said Red Bull at all.
They come on quite strong at the end. They do mention it.
Yeah, in so far when they're talking about the episode we were just watching is the one where they've gone about the double diffuser.
Yeah.
They've gone to the FIA and Max Mosley, and they're talking about Ferrari and Renault and the other teams. They never talk about Red Bull. They never say the name Red Bull. So far, they've not said that, unless it's like Mark Webber going, "Oh yeah, the Red Bulls were strong," or "We split the Red Bulls." Other people are talking about it, but the Brawn guys, Ross Brawn and Nick Fry, haven't said it, and certainly Bernie haven't said.
Mention the Red Bull. They talk about it in this because of the season, and you get an interview. It's a shame Vettel didn't interview Vettel for that as well. That was a shame because he was quite pivotal. That was when you'll see a young Christian Horner in the pictures.
Yeah,
that was when
he's had his teeth done.
Yeah, haven't they all? That was when the Mark Webber Vettel friction started.
Right.
And there was a race that year in Turkey where both Red Bulls took each other out, and that was where
that's where it started, was it?
All that friction, and then you get multi 21. I don't know if that was the same season, but yeah, Seb was an unlikable character back then. No one liked him. He was like Schumacher-esque kind of.
Well, that was the same with Verstappen. Nobody likes Max, did they?
Yeah.
He's not super popular now, but they didn't like him. They liked him even less back then.
Yeah. But it's a shame they interviewed Webber, but they didn't interview Seb. It's a shame because we always like to hear from Seb, don't we?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, anything else to chat about in Pit Talk? Anything else for Pit Talk? Any other rumours?
Not really. I mean, the driver market's all stitched up. We mentioned about Logan not having a race for next year. Schumacher
doesn't know if he's got a race for next year.
Yeah.
He might.
Schumacher.
He needs a podium this race to secure it. And even then, that's not.
I've got more chance of getting a podium. Schumacher's been announced as having being a reserve driver for Mercedes again next year.
Okay, so he's not going to be back on the grid.
Yeah. So he might get he might get another he might get a race if somebody's sick. I think Esteban Ocon is ill this week. He's certainly, I think it's Ocon. There's talk about him not being fit for the coming weekend.
Oh, that's a bit of a strange.
Certainly,
sounds a bit strange the way you're putting it there, sir.
I'm trying to. Well, I'm a bit disrupted.
Disrupted.
Disrupted. Did you see the new AlphaTauri name?
What's it called?
Racing Bulls. Is what it's rumored to be.
That's just good. That's awful. That's asking for trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's asking for memes straight away.
Yes.
Racing Bulls, Racing Bull. Oh, I don't know. I suppose they can't call themselves Red Bull, can they? But they've got the sponsorship. Or they're part of the umbrella team, as they call it.
Yeah, umbrella team.
I hate that term. Umbrella. Okay, so should we do the predictions then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Predictions.
I'm ready to write it.
So this weekend,
Go for it, sir.
it is the Formula One Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2023, which
That sounds
is
exciting.
the same title as it was last year, except with the year updated. So it's nice to see a bit of continuity.
Unlike liveries and helmets. But anyway, yeah.
Yep. The race is at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. The first Grand Prix here was in 2009. We're going to have 58 laps of a circuit that is 5.281 kilometers long, giving us a race distance of 306.183 kilometers. And the lap record set in 2021. I don't know if you remember that race.
I don't know. Is that where someone put themselves in the wall quite conveniently? Oh, that'll be a controversy. That'll be a controversial thing in about 10 years' time that will come out, and then you'll be saying, well, Hamilton should be champion then.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
My
Oh yes.
God, no, my God.
I would, but these are. I like my headphones.
Who set the lap times?
Hamilton.
No. Verstappen.
Oh, for crying out
What was
loud!
his lap time? 1 minute. 26.103.
I thought you'd frozen there, but you actually did it as a pause.
No, I was a dramatic
1 minute 26 point. Okay.
pause.
Well, let's add up the total from our last race because this could be.
Yeah.
This could be it, my friend. This could be my
You
last chance. No. I think you might just have got me on this.
Just.
Okay, here we go. Can you see the screen, sir?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Let's
Oh.
now do the usual messing around of this, but I'm just going to leave that there now. I'm tired of trying to work this out because we're not going to do it for long. Okay. So we're going to add up your points first. Who was pole? Max was pole, was he? No, he wasn't.
No, Charles was pole.
Nah. Fastest lap time was Piastri, so nah.
Yeah.
What was the fastest lap?
1:35.349.
Get a
So I
point
get
for
that
that.
one.
You were so close as well. Not. Right, okay. 2 points for you for Verstappen. Nothing for Norris. Alonso, you get a point, yeah? He was in top 10, wasn't he?
Not who?
Alonso,
Sorry, yeah, I was just sorting my screen. He was 8th.
You get a point for him. Leclerc, you're going to get a point for him. Perez, you're
Yep.
going to get a point for him. Sainz,
Yep.
where did he come?
Perez was 5th. What did I have Perez down as?
Perez didn't come 5th in Las Vegas. He got on the
Oh,
podium.
yeah, he did. Oh no, hang on. That's the fastest laps. There we go. That's better. Perez was 3rd.
Yes, so I know that because I've just. Where did Science come?
6th.
Oh, I know. That means you've done this, haven't you? Right, Stroll, where did he come?
5th.
Okay, get a point for Stroll. I'm quite surprised you even got Stroll in there. Piastri,
10th.
get a point. Gasly, nothing.
11th. So no
Nothing.
points.
And no points. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. 2, 0, 1. This is not looking good for me now. I don't know whether I can do this now. So 2 points. Nothing for pole. Nothing for that. And nothing for that. 1 point. No, nothing for Norris. 1 point. Where did the goat come?
Hamilton was 7th.
Where did Piastri come?
10th.
1 point. Alonso, nothing. No, we got a point for Alonso, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, Alonso was in 9th.
1 point. Leclerc, I get a point for. Perez, I get a point for. I get a point for Russell.
Russell was 8th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 9, 5.
Oh.
You need to not do any predictions this week. If I
It's
copy
still
your
mathematically possible.
well, yeah, but I can't copy you at all. If I copied all yours, then I'm doomed because I'll just get the same points as you and you win.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Don't do that.
you want to go first then?
Yes, I think so. Let me just.
Then I can copy all yours.
Brouhaha, brouhaha. Right, stop sharing for a second. And let's just. Right, okay. Find. What was yours? You got 201 and I got what? 195, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
Just so that I know. Predictions. Let's go to this. Got to download it off the cloud. Takes a couple of seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all in the cloud now. Everything you own, you don't own it. Forget it. You know what these people are like? They just want to own everything. Those globalists, WEF, conspiracy theory. I'm just going to mumble to myself while you look at the
Yeah,
internet.
that's good. I'm just trying to find out who.
That's
it
good.
is that's
You
sick.
didn't listen to a word I said. That's good. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So let's first, before I share the screen, what was your points? Sorry, 2,
201.
1.
Yes, Ocon's illness. Ocon struck down by illness ahead of Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Ahead of Yabu Dhabi.
Yeah, so a few drivers have missed Thursday and Friday. It won't be so bad because they've got to have he's sitting out Thursday's media sessions.
Oh boy.
But apparently he was ill.
Must be
He's
so tough
ill.
talking to people. Mustn't
Yeah.
it? Screen. Okay.
He'll be back at the track as soon as possible. Yeah, so 5 o'clock. Yeah, he's in FP2. Jack Doohan is in. Was already scheduled to do FP1.
So who's this? Ocon.
Yeah,
Cheeky little
Yeah.
red number. Oh,
oh yeah.
it's a Spanish little number. It's a Rioja from Spain. Faustino.
I think you'll find all Riojas are technically from Spain.
just trying to help out some of our other listeners and viewers.
You think anybody's watched this far through?
I don't think anybody's watching it. No.
I mean, any more comments?
No. So I think we can do what we want. We can. Oh, anybody who's listening right now, screw you.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that.
And if you want to come back at me in the comments, because you're not listening anyway, are you? You useless. Sorry.
Well, no, they're definitely not listening, are they?
Yeah. What kind of saddo, apart from us, who actually do this, who's actually listening to this? Get a life. If you're still listening, I don't know what to say to you. Except, welcome to the F1 Show podcast. We are now doing the predictions for the last race of the season. Yabby dabby doo. And I am going to do my predictions first. Okay? Oh, I've just messed. I'm not going to gamble. I'm going to put Mr. Max at the top here.
Right.
But, you know, you've got enough room to gamble, haven't you, mate? You could have a little gamble.
Gamble.
Number 2. I'm going to put Norris number 2. I think they're going to be back on form next week. I'm going to go Leclerc number 3. Back as number 1 driver at Ferrari. He says. Perez, another shocker, number 4. I don't want to mix things up here. I've got to take a gamble. I'm going to put Stroll number 5 and Alonso behind him. I think Alonso's going to let Stroll go ahead of him.
Really?
Oh, don't do that to me. Okay. Line of stern then. Alonso 5, Stroll 6. You did that to me there. If they go around the other way now and I lose a potential 4 points. Anyway. Russell, no. The GOAT, yeah. Then Russell, they always seem to manage to finish line of stern.
Oh yeah?
I'm not I'm not switching around.
No, okay.
Okay, science. There. I've not really gambled at all, have I?
Nope.
Pretty mainstream.
Yep.
I'm going to put Sergeant 10th. I think it's his last chance to get a point. And right, so pole position, Max. I know you've told me the fastest lap, and I can't remember it. What was it, 126?
Last year's fastest lap.
Yeah, 126, something, wasn't it?
128.391. Yeah, the fastest lap ever is 126.
Okay, 1.
But last year's fastest lap was 128.391, and that was Lando Norris did that.
Okay. I'm going to go Piastri for fastest lap. And my lap time will be 127.345. Okay. So I've got Max for pole. So Max Verstappen to win. Norris 2nd. Leclerc 3rd. Perez 4th. Alonso 5th. Stroll 6th. He hasn't got his goatee on that picture. Talking about goats, there's the goat himself, number 7, Lewis Hamilton. Number 8, George Russell. Number 9, Carlos Sainz. And number 10, Logan Sargent to save his seat. He's got to get a point. He's got to save his seat. And I think it's too late anyway for him.
You think?
Yeah. But I don't know. It's Williams sort of, I don't know. Are they as harsh as a Red Bull? Here we go. Oh, I didn't want that. I have done that. Okay. Who you got for pole position, sir? Albon.
Do you know what? I'm going to put Leclerc in pole.
Yeah, I see. Because
Traditions.
okay. Who is gonna be?
Do you know what? I'm gonna embrace your gamble theory. All right. So what have you done for fastest lap? I reckon fastest lap will be George Russell.
Russell?
Yeah.
Russell. Jack Russell. Ruff.
I reckon it's going to be 27.943.
127 point
0.943.
943. Let's see what you're doing there. Okay, who's going to be fastest? Fastest is going to win.
Who's going to win? I'm gonna embrace your theory or your challenge to be taking a risk. I reckon Lando.
Oh wow, you think Lando's going to get his first win? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, mate, that's all right.
And then Max.
Yeah, you know, your gamble.
He's got to be up there somewhere.
Your
He's
gamble.
down the middle right there.
I've got another one there. Got 3 Maxes now.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Science.
There's another one there. I know what I'm doing. Science, yeah. Third. Science third.
Hamilton. Perez.
All right. Hamilton. 4th. Perez 5th.
Piastri.
6th.
Russell.
7th.
Alonso.
Where is he? Alonso. 8th.
Leclerc.
Where is that man? Leclerc. 9th. Maybe Ocon might be a good little gamble. I don't know. He's not racing, is he?
Gasly, I think.
I'll just give you some pointers there.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so you've got Norris to win, Verstappen 2nd, Sainz 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Perez 5th, Piastri 6th, Russell 7th, Alonso 8th, Leclerc 9th, and Gasly 10th. Well, we'll see what happens. I need to make 6 points to draw even to you. 7 points I need to get to win. You need to have a catastrophe, really.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a lot of these in the top 10. But you need, I need a miracle. So, yeah, it's not looking good for me. But you never know. I could get everyone in their right place, couldn't I? That could be the killer.
Oh, yeah, yes, it could be.
2, 4, 6. You could just all get ones and I get double what you get. And I probably still won't win. I don't know. It's all on the last race. And we all know seasons can turn on this last Abu Dhabi race, can't they?
Yep, Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Let's just take a screenshot of that. And guys, anybody's still watching or listening, if you want to join in on this, post in your comments your predictions. We'll announce them. We'll put you part of our league. I'll announce them beforehand. This is what our listener, you can be part of our predictions. You know, I apologise for what I said if you're still listening. You're not sad. I don't think
They're still listening now after you've said that, you know.
After we've insulted them so much, the last listener has stormed off. You're going to be like that to me. Somehow they know that they're the only listener. Well, I no doubt they know that they don't.
No, there's hundreds of them, mate. Hundreds of them.
We just don't know. The stats are all wrong.
The silent majority, as everybody knows.
Silent majority. That's absolutely right. If we were not to do a show, the uproar would be completely silent.
It would be completely silent.
Okay, mate. That's been the F1 Show podcast. Last race. Let's get this done, and then onwards and upwards to next year. I'm going to look at a new way of doing this, where we don't have to go to a Murray every 5 minutes, but we still like to go to a Murray there because I miss the man.
It'd be nice if he'd said some new stuff.
It would be nice, wouldn't it, if he did that?
You
promise. It would be nice. It would be nice if the one person who does all of the work for this podcast. Oh, you just turn up looking pretty.
Stuffing them on the toilet? Come on. That's effort.
Okay, mate. Yeah, pushing the socials. Yeah, the socials. Done it. Okay, mate.
Socials done.
That's been all. That's all of us. That's all of us. That's all. That's been all from us. It's the man in the pits with the tits. It's Wayne, the host of those. Wayne.